welcome to Sew Saturdays. Today we are going to make an apron. We're going to start off with holiday things. Like I said, we're going to start making holiday items. So the first thing that we're going to make for our holiday item is an apron. Everybody loves to cook during the holidays. I know I do. My daughter loves to cook with me, so what I'm going to make is actually an apron for her. I have two of my own already, so I'm going to make one for her and I'm going to make one for my son. But I'm going to show you how we're going to go about doing that. Now what I have here is actually my apron pattern. So if you would like to purchase this, I will leave the link in the description box and you can purchase my apron pattern. So what you're going to need for that is a main fabric. I'm going to do mine with a ruffle. This tutorial is going to show you how to make it with a ruffle as well as a pocket. So I'm using one fabric for the main part of the apron. I'm also using a different color for the pockets. And these are cut 4.5 by 4.5. So that's the size of our pockets, and you're going to need 2 of those. As well here, I have 4-inch strip for our ruffle. Now this ruffle is actually 22 inches. So this is a 22 by 4-inch strip. And for our neck strap, which is going to go around the neck, go through our fold in the apron and come around and tie it in the back. And this is actually, I had to strip because I didn't have fabric that was actually 60 inches long. So I cut mine 60 inches, but I did have to use 2 30-inch strips and sew them together. And the size of this is 3 inches so that I can get a 1.5-inch neck strap. So we're going to start by using the pattern. And again, you can purchase this pattern from my blog. I will leave the link in the description. Now what I want to say about printing this is mine printed on 6 separate pages. What I had to do, and I don't know if you will have to do this, when I printed it from Adobe, I had to use the poster size in order for me to get the full length of the pattern. When I tried to print using 8.5 by 11, it would only print 1 piece and it wasn't the full pattern. So I don't know if your printer is different. I don't know if it has to do something with mine, but I did have to use poster size in order to print this. If you have any questions about that, please leave it in the comments. And again, if you make something that you see here in my tutorials, please put it on my Facebook or my Twitter. I would love to see what you make. I am on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can follow me on my blog, which is frugaldiymom.com, which is where the pattern will be available. And the link will be available for you to purchase it there. So let's get started. So what we have here is the pattern is actually cut. You're going to cut on the fold. So I have, if you can see that, I have my fabric folded and I'm using printed fabric. So I'm actually going along how the design goes. So what we're going to do is cut this out, and then when we open it up, we'll have one full piece. Now if you're making this for a boy, you probably want to go straight across instead of doing the curve like I'm doing for the girl. our apron cut out. So let's prepare our pockets. What I'm going to do for this is fold it in half because I actually want a curved edge on our pocket. And like I said, this is 4.5 by 4.5, and I'm using 2 pocket pieces. So what I'm going to do is take this. This is just boxing tape, so I'm going to take this because I'm going to use the edge of it to make my curve. I'm going to just set this here like this on the edge, take my pencil here, and just trace so that I can get a proper curve. And I fold it in half so that both sides are even. And now I'm just going to cut that out. So now we have a curved pocket. So what we're going to do with our pockets here is, because they are curved and we want to fold over the edges to sew it down to the apron, we're going to make slits. And what this does is it makes it easier for us to roll over the ends of these without having creases. Because it's allowing the fabric to stretch when you give it the little slits. That way when you turn it over to sew, it sews correctly. Now that we have that done, we're just going to go ahead and iron down our edges so that when we sew it, it looks like a real pocket. So I'm going to finish doing this, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the next step. So now we're going to take the strip that we're using for the ruffle. I'm going to fold this in half with right sides facing you. And we're going to iron this down. And once we're done ironing, we are going to ruffle this. So what we're going to do here is sew together our neck strip. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold this over. So once we have it folded over, it'll be the wrong side facing you. And how you know this is because you had to have 2 strips sewn together. And those 2 strips made this long strip. So you have a seam. The seam will show once you have this thing folded and ironed together. So as you can see, I see my seam already. So I know that I'm doing this correctly. I need the wrong side facing me so that when I sew this and turn it over, you won't see my seam at all. So I have this folded over. So now what I'm going to do is just do a straight stitch down, and then I'll show you how to easily turn this right side out. What I'm going to show you is how to flip this around without actually doing it the hard way. So this is 1/2 inch pipe. What I'm going to do is stick it through one side of the strap we just made. There's a lot of strap. You're going to have a lot to work with. Once you have it done, you have this in like this. So what you're going to do is take this, this is a wooden dowel. I'm not exactly sure what size it is, but you're going to push through your fabric. Make sure you have a good amount of it so that it's getting in there properly. There we go. So you're just going to push through until you have all the fabric. And this is going to be just a tad bit harder just because we have so much fabric. But once you have that in there, it comes out and everything is on the right side. Now that we have this all turned over on the right side, we're going to just iron this down. And I like to put the seam in the middle, so I'm just going to iron this. It doesn't really matter what side you iron it on, as long as you get it flat. It's just how I like to do things. You could do things the way that's more comfortable for you. This is just comfortable for me. And we're doing a really long strip of fabric here, so it's going to take some time to do what you need to do. So once you have it done, once you have it ironed, you're going to take the ends and hold them on the inside just a little bit. So what I mean is just take it, just fold it in just slightly. And then you can sew that. So the frayed edges aren't showing. I'm just going to run a straight stitch through here. So I can close it. And sometimes it gets a little stuck just because it's some thick parts. Now that you have one side done, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And you're just folding it in. So all the frayed edges are on the inside. And go ahead and do the same thing, just like you did with the other side, and run a straight stitch through. Once you've sewn that, you're done with this strip. You could just set this aside. And I kind of already started here with my ruffle. And I'm going to show you what I did. I'm actually making pleats, but they're going to look like ruffles when I'm done. And I already have this right side done. And as you can see, I have the pockets pinned down. They're not sewn on yet, but I have the pockets waiting for me to sew them. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how I did these pleats. And I kind of went big, small, but it really doesn't matter how you do yours. Now what I did for the strip, instead of me just attaching it to the end, I kind of flipped it up, as you can see, and attached it that way. So once I'm done sewing the straight stitch across, I can pull and iron this down and it'll be part of the apron. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to take my pin out, and the way I did it to make it even was I pinned the sides first, then I made the middle and pinned the middle of the strip to the middle of the apron. That way it's even on both sides, which makes it easier for me to do the pleats. So how I do this is I just gather it together, pinch it, fold it down, and then I pin it. And then we have our pleats. And I'll do a straight pleating tutorial at another time. And you're just going to keep doing this until you have your desired look all the way across, and then you're going to sew a straight stitch. So I'm going to finish doing this to mine, and then I'll show you how to sew the pockets. The ruffle is now complete. As you can see, like I said, when you pull it down, you'll see the ruffle. And it's all done. It's really cute. I'm going to wait until the end to iron mine, but you can iron yours at this point. So now what we're going to do is just follow around with a straight stitch on the areas we folded to get the pocket down. We're not gonna sew across the top because we don't want to close the pocket. We just want to attach it. So we're going to start at one edge and just sew around. Remember to back stitch to secure that stitch. And just continue forward with your straight stitch. When you get to the curved edges, you want to just turn your fabric. That way you don't have to take it out. You just keep sewing around the curve. Do a little back stitching here and cut. So now we have our first pocket sewn on. So we're just going to cut off this extra piece of thread that's hanging. We're going to do the same thing with the other side. Again, let's remember to back stitch and just keep sewing. Now that we're getting around the curve, we're just going to turn our fabric so that we can sew around the curve. Done with our pocket. Now we're going to back stitch. So now we have both pockets on. And as you can see, they're usable pockets. You can put your hands in and everything. So now that we have all of this done, you may be thinking, what's next? Okay, well, I'll show you. We are going to turn over our edges enough so that we can fit our strap through. Now, what you want to know about the curved edges here, when you go to turn these over, you're going to do the same thing like you did with your pocket. and make slits so that it's easier to fold over, as you can see. Now when you get here, you're going to stop with the folding. Well, you want to fold the sides first. Make sure you have the sides folded first, because once you get to the edge here, you want that little pocket to be there so that you can pull your string out. I'm going to turn these sides over and just sew down so that you don't have the frayed edges sewing. So I'm going to do mine, and then I'm going to show you how to put your straps through. So I just want to show you how I folded mine. I went ahead first and folded this part down. I folded my sides down first so that you can see on the inside here that this will be folding over the sides here. And then I went and folded it down and folded it up. And you want to keep these opened because the straps are going to start from the top and go through and come out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew my sides and this top part down first. And because I already have my crease, I know where to fold when I'm ready to fold. So I'm going to go ahead and sew, and I'm using a straight stitch with this. I'm going to go ahead and sew the top as well as the sides down, and then I'll show you how I'm going to sew the fold and feed through the strap. Now we're all done sewing that together. And this is what we have here. This is what it looks like. We have our fold over so we can attach. So I'm going to take a safety pin. I'm going to put it through the edge of the strap. And what I'm going to do is start at the bottom here and then go all the way around and feed it out through to the other side. So what you do is you just push it on in there, feed it through, pull as you go. If your strap is too large, you may want to consider making your strap smaller. Just keep on feeding it through until it comes up. And as you can see, my safety pin is coming out. So what I'm going to do is take it here on the end and just pull. And I'm pulling my safety pin through. So I'm going to keep my safety pin intact because I'm coming around to the other side. I have a little bit of a knot right there. So what I'm going to do here, and just twist it all the way around. Sorry about that. We're going to feed this through the same way. And then come out on our edge. And now we are all done with our apron. And as you can see, it looks really nice on Autumn. And she has her pockets here and her ruffles, and it goes around her neck and then ties in the back. But if you want, you can take this and bring it around the front, and you can tie it in the front as well. We made the strap long enough so we can do that. And now she can help me cook and not get her clothes messy. So if you have any questions about this tutorial, please leave those questions in the comments. Again, I am on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me on my blog, which is frugaldiyMom.com. I have a Tumblr account. And as always, we will see you next Sew Saturday.